Pretty Nerdz. 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 Pretty Nerdz.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Pretty Nerdz podcast. This is your girl Falan DeAnn.
And this is your girl Naya.
And have you been enjoying the hot summer?
Actually, surprisingly, I've been enjoying it. I've been going outside more to get some sunshine, trying to get some sunlight and just get out. Honestly, taking the dog for some walks and stuff when it's a little cooler out. What about yourself?
I mean, it's okay. I just really want to go to the pool and just swim and float. But other than that, it's okay.
Listen, I'm so tempted to go buy one of those little kiddie pools and sit it in my backyard and just sit in that bitch. I'll put on some sunglasses and pretend I'm at somebody's beach, man.
I'm like, it's crucial out here. And I'm like, my apartment has, I think, 3 pools. None of them are open. I'm like, oh, Jesus, at least let us rotate or something. Y'all can come at this time. Jesus.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this week's hot topic since we do not have that many. Starting off with sad news, Glee actress, Family Matters, pretty much any show back in the day that we remember, she probably was on there. Naya Rivera, they have confirmed that her body was found at Lake Piru. And she has passed away at the age of 33. So prayers and condolences to her family and her friends. Sad, sad, sad story all the way around, in all honesty. You know how I always talk to you. You know what was crazy about that story when it came out? You know how I always tell y'all that I'm afraid of water? That's why I'm afraid of water. Like, that's like literally like my worst nightmare. Like, you can be the best swimmer in the world and just out of the blue get pulled under by a current and drown. You know what I mean?
Listen, I love water. But I felt that way like when I was in Cali because I'm so used to calm waters. And then when we were out there, I was like, no, I'm just going to sit over here and just let my feet touch it. But yeah, it was different. I was like, yeah, this for surfers. I'm just gonna stay over here. But yeah, it's sad. I'm happy that her son survived.
Yeah.
But that's sad.
Yeah. I mean, thank goodness, you know what I mean, that she was able to save that baby. You know what I mean? I just could only imagine just being in a panic and recognizing, okay, these are my last moments. Let me save my baby.
Yeah. So and I hate that people are speculating. That just has irked me. It's like, well, maybe she did this or this or this, and I'm like, we don't know
exactly. And then now we do know. You know what I mean? The what's it called? The police team already then came out and said they've conducted the interviews after the son was found. He was calmed down. They were able to question him to figure out what had happened. He said, we were swimming. My mama pushed me on the boat and then she disappeared. Clearly she recognized, because they said that the boat was found just floating without an anchor. So clearly she recognized that they were, you know what I mean? Basically they were just out afloat and she did what she had to do to save her baby.
That's just horrible.
Yeah. Sad story all the way around. And again, prayers and condolences go out to her family and friends. I guess kind of sticking to sad news, in my opinion, it's sad news just to kind of reiterate and remind people that Breonna Taylor's killers still have not been brought to justice. There have been no arrests made out in Louisville. We still haven't heard, since that last report, which was blank and pathetic, was released by the Louisville Police Department. We haven't heard anything or seen anything other than pictures of the district attorney announcing his engagement or having an engagement party or whatever. So, listen, just keep it up, man. Keep it up out there. And hopefully we get something,
And I don't know, like, it's just, I guess one of the things that's so frustrating is like all of this we know is bullshit. Like, you can't, the warrant or whatever probably got lost in the shuffle. The postmaster is saying, hey, I didn't say nothing about no delivering no, weird packages there or anything. So it's like, even if all of that shit didn't happen, you were at the wrong house and you already had the person in custody. So it was a lot of people that didn't do their due diligence. Be like, and that's neglectful. And if it was a regular person, you would be in jail.
X.
So, and I'm like, for you to come at it, like, even when they was like, oh, we're just dropping the charges against her boyfriend for now. What do you mean for now? The fuck? Like, you broke into their home.
Exactly.
So how you gonna be like, for now, be like, you know what? And then just for the DA, be like, so you out here living your best life, and you go, like, I wouldn't even feel comfortable with, like, it's just too much shit going on right now to even post this engagement shit. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, exactly. Just all the way around, just sad. You know what I mean? Like I said, hopefully there will be some type of justice that will be served there. But at this point, I don't know, because it just doesn't seem like they are making any traction down there,
Yeah.
But I guess we can move on from that to some good news. New York State, they said that they have had for the first time since March, right? They reported no corona deaths.
So I'm happy for them because I'm like, bro, they gotta be, because at one point they were putting bodies in refrigerated trucks.
Yeah.
Like, to see, like, even if it's just one day without like 0 deaths, like that's a win. And I guess whatever they're doing is kind of working, I guess you can say. I just wish, like, it looked like Florida just saying fuck it,
Most of the South is just saying fuck it. It seems like it, because like I'm in the store seeing people like, so you just not gonna wear no mask? Cool. Let me stay away from that area.
I went to Kroger, and at first it was like, the county had mandated, you wear a mask in public places. So I went in Kroger, and like one day it was like some people had masks on, some people didn't. And then Kroger put a sign up, like a few signs, like masks, face coverings are required. You would think, like, I don't know. I just feel like when people like, why I gotta do this and this is against my rights, and I'm like, boo boo, it's a face covering. I mean, I don't understand the big issue. And they're like, well, I can halfway breathe. I'm like, if you can't breathe through a face mask, you don't even need to be out in the summertime.
Facts.
Like, I'm like, now when I come at the store, I do have to go ahead and be like, let me take it off and give me a break. But I'm like, I'm also pregnant. So I'm already having difficult. But if people that have asthma and all this stuff walking around with masks down, you healthy, quote unquote, because that's what you claiming, why you can't put a mask down?
Exactly. Just people making ridiculous ass excuses, point blank and period, talking about I can only have, please. If you, like you said, if you cannot breathe in one of them masks, then you have bigger issues. Okay? You might need to go see the doctor, you damn self.
Right.
Okay? Something in them lungs ain't right, boo boo.
Well, it's like and I'm like, you just going for a grocery trip. You get the shit that you need and get back out. And I'm like, it's just the leadership in so many places. And like here in our county, restaurants are trying to sue the county because they're like, oh, you making us close early and all. I'm like, so like people can't drink at home? And I'm like, they even lift the restriction here where you can start taking out alcohol. I'm like, I don't know. For the most part, I'm like, we're going to forever be in like a just doom.
Because people are stupid. In all honesty, like, I just can't understand. If you see these other countries, other places who have managed to significantly flatten their curve to where they're having little to no cases at all, why is it that we quote unquote told ourselves as the best country in the world and we can't get this shit right? I just don't understand.
For nothing in the world. And I'm like, I just, like I said, it feels to people like it's the end of the world that you have to put it. And I'm like, but what if this comes commonplace one day? Then what?
That's what I'm saying. What they gonna do if that be? I mean, because technically, well, in China, they wear masks all the time. Like this ain't new for them.
I'm like, it's something that they have always practiced. And I'm like, a lot of times, especially when you go and you have the flu, I'm like, that's one reason why the flu be so fucking rampant, because y'all still have y'all trifling ass outside. You don't have any face covering on to keep people from being sick. And I'm like, it's not. And people are so, well, I'm healthy and blah, blah, blah. Well, there are people that are not healthy. They can't afford to catch coronavirus, and it's no fault of their own. Some people are born with certain conditions. And I'm like, it's not the point of, people gonna have it. We know that. But hospitals are literally busting at the seams.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's like maybe people start getting it when they go to the emergency room and they be like, well,
they ain't got no bed.
We ain't got no bed for you. So you're going to have to try another hospital or something like that. But that's it. Feel like, because at that point, it ain't like you can be like, oh, I'm a sue. Well, that's coronavirus.
Yeah.
There was no fault on. So, I don't know. For the life of me, I don't get it.
Me either. Sticking to Corona news, Russell Westbrook has reported that he was one of the NBA players who tested positive for the coronavirus. So he has not joined his team down in Orlando. He's currently self-quarantining. And he says he hopes that in the next 14 days he can get the all clear to join his team down in Orlando. But, hopefully he feels better, because I know he got them twins at the house. So hopefully he's self-quarantining away from the babies,
Yeah. Hopefully he said he was feeling well, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, most definitely. I guess now we can kind of, let me see if I got one last quick hitter, and then we're going to jump into the mess, of course.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Beckham, David Beckham, and Posh Spice. What's her first name? Shit. Victoria Beckham. Damn, I can never remember. Basically Posh Spice shit. That's what we all remember her for. Their oldest son, Brooklyn, is engaged to actress Nicola, I think. Listen, could totally be mispronouncing her name. Don't really know, but we have so little good news. Congratulations to them. We're always going to celebrate engagements and babies and things, especially during 2020 when so much craziness has gone down. So congratulations to them. And let's move on. Let's jump into the mess. You wanna jump into Kanye and his newest rant against Planned Parenthood?
Yeah. So, and obviously, I'm guessing this is not his first run-in with them, because I know they were saying Kim had came out in support of Planned Parenthood, and then he came, and with something else. But his most recent tweet was basically, what does a 6-month fetus look like? Which, just to put it out there, most abortions do not happen at 6 months. It's way before then. But anywho, unless it's medically necessary. And he put, these souls deserve to live. And it was a whole dig of Planned Parenthood and abortions and women's right to choose to do what they want to with their body. And it goes back to ignorance. Because if you read about Planned Parenthood, that's such a small percent of what they provide. Such a small percentage, which is like that with it's a private doctor, because I'm like, we always go after Planned Parenthood so hard. But I'm like, we don't go after these private doctors that performs abortions and is like, oh, let me see how many abortions that you do, which I'm pretty sure even for a private doctor, there's a small amount of their business is actually abortions. They focus more on reproductive health, your woman's health, your total health, than, oh, well, let me get rid of a 6. And I was like, what doctor, no state performs abortions at 6 months unless it's absolutely necessary and it's a life or death situation.
Yeah. I agree. It definitely goes into the conversation of just ignorance of people just honestly I hate to be that person to just say, but of men speaking about women's issues and about women's rights and bodies and things like that, because 99.9% of the time they have no idea what they're talking about. Because for you to think that any woman out there is going to be getting an abortion at 6 months, you've got to be insane or out of your mind. The majority of abortions take place within the first 12 weeks, and probably more than likely earlier than that. But if they're having an abortion anytime after that, it's literally because their doctor has deemed it necessary, like you said, life or death. Like, you're gonna die if you go through with this pregnancy. We have to terminate the pregnancy. I don't really even know any doctors out. I don't even think it's legal anywhere to perform, you know what I mean, abortions after 6 months, unless, like you said, it's medically deemed necessary. And as you stated, when it comes to Planned Parenthood, people just need to do their research, because you are absolutely correct in that abortion is, if not the smallest percentage of what they do, you know what I mean, as far as when it comes to not only women but men as well. Men get all kind of tests done at Planned Parenthood as well. So that's why I just don't understand people's just like misinformation. Like, it's literally, we have Google, go on Google and search and, find out what your local, go to Planned Parenthood. If you're so concerned, go to a Planned Parenthood. Those people will actually literally, they'll walk you around, talk to you, whatever, and you can find out what exactly they do. And I'm telling you, abortion is like literally at the bottom of the list.
It's like 3% or something. Like, I know it's like a very small percentage, and then you got to think not all of them actually do it, but it's bigger. It's like, okay, they provide birth control, you have mammograms for men and women. I'm like, just regular checkups. They also help you if like you need a specialist to get that help. And a lot of their services are free or it's reduced, because let's just face it, our healthcare here is expensive and a lot of people don't have insurance.
Yep.
So I'm like, it's necessary. And for 3% of their services, I'm like, child. And it just goes back, because I'm like, men in Congress or men that make those decisions, their mistress and jump offs and side chicks still get abortions. They're going to make sure they still get abortions when it's necessary.
Yeah, you are correct.
So I'm just over it. And I'm like, Kanye, you ain't even filed a paperwork yet. Just shut up.
Girl, but that don't stop these folks out here talking about they voting for Kanye. You just saw Chance the Rapper hop on there and say he voting for Kanye after he posted a video dedicated to his mom. I was like, so that's all it takes for y'all to vote their name in office? Lord.
Yeah. So it's more serious than it. It's like, so y'all want to go from Trump to Kanye? You don't want just no. I don't know. Bro, after 2020, we need some sense of normalcy. No.
I'm telling you.
Like, bro got on a track and mumbled some bullshit, and y'all want to vote for him. And so many people call him a genius, and I have yet to discover what's so genius about him. I'm like, just because, and I don't know if it's like, oh, he thinks quote unquote different. Thinking different does not make you a genius. It's just that you think different, or you had a different thought that ran through your head. That doesn't make you a genius. That doesn't make any of you out here a genius to be like, yeah, I think different. I don't think like the rest of y'all, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and when you be talking, that's the reason why. Because a lot of people get common sense and know, yeah, that ain't right.
Child, listen. All I can say is, if y'all want Kanye for president, man, okay. I don't know what to tell y'all. Just
let me off at the next stop.
Basically, I done already told y'all, as soon as they say we can go to Mars, baby, I'm volunteering. I'm the first one. Put me on the shuttle.
It's be like, so what time are we board? I'm gonna be here early. Make sure I get through security.
Mm-hmm.
This is ain't it, Chief.
Basically. So I guess we can now jump into this tweet from the football player about Jill Scott, or XFL player. I'm sorry, he's an XFL player. So go on, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, yeah. Or you want me?
You want to talk about it?
I was like, my bad. So his name is Cal. I don't know how to say his. I don't want to mess up his last name, but you know what? It don't matter. Carrero. If it's wrong, it's wrong because he was wrong. But of course, he tweeted about Jill Scott was like, so, which was random. He was like, so people really find Jill Scott attractive? Son, like, what's wrong with you? And he said he was listening to a podcast about her, and that's what prompted his tweet. And he didn't grow up with Jill Scott. I guess for me, it was a little off-putting because I'm like, if she's not your preference, it's just, to me, it's weird that any man will hop on the internet and be like, so y'all find blah, blah, blah attractive. You don't have to do that. If she's not your cup of tea, guess what? You don't have to date her. And I'm pretty sure she don't want to date you, has no interest in you. And it was only when, and I feel like there was one of them tweets where he thought everybody was going to be like, I don't find her attractive, and slick fat shame her. And he got the total opposite where people was like, son, like Ocho was like, listen, I walk on the bed of nails, just talk to her. You know, you had Tory Lanez was like, you know, I'm trying to get down on it. So you had all these different people, different walks of life was like, you tripping. So then, of course, he backpedaled and was like, I got to take this L and I wasn't trying to fat shame, blah, blah, blah. I call bullshit, personally.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, for me, I just think that, in all honesty, I feel like it was just one of those moments, like, he could have been, like, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was just listening to the podcast. And you know how you have some of the moments where, like, you say something in your head that probably should stay in your head, and he, like, tweeted it out loud, you know what I'm saying, to the whole entire world. And like you said, he probably thought people was going to back him up, like what he was thinking in his head, like, no, they don't really do this. Like, this not da-da-da-da-da. And then it turned out to be the exact opposite. So, I mean, Jill was unbothered completely by it. So, for me, it's like, if she ain't bothered, I ain't bothered. I'm good.
I mean, I wasn't either. I was like, and no one really knows, because I was like, why are people, I was tripping because I'm like, why Shade Room put this on her? Who is he? And I was like, is he?
Big facts.
I don't know. I'm like, who is this person? That's what I was like, oh, he plays like, you know, in the minor league. And then somebody was like, he don't even play in the minor leagues no more. I was like, oh, Jesus. I'm like, see, you should have just sat there and ate your food because they telling all your business.
Basically. Honestly, I bet you he probably didn't expect it to go as viral as it did either. He probably was thinking that it's going to be like a small group of folks who respond back to me, but then he saw that whole thing grew legs and hit that type of traction. He was like, God damn, I have problems.
Like, I was playing too late. I mean, I didn't, like I said, I just thought like, yeah, he was just trying to get that joke in and he thought it was going to go right and it went totally left.
Yeah, big facts. So, now we have come to the moment of the show where we are going to talk about the entanglement. Listen, for the rest of my entire life, that's like my future line from back in the day that I'm still gonna use forever. So that's why I'm just like, the entanglement. Listen, Jada, you done started something, cause that's my new word for every dude that ain't like for real. That's just an entanglement. That's all it is. That's all he is to me. He's an entanglement. But before we actually discuss what Will and Jada sat down and talked about, August called another body with Keke Palmer. They got into it really quickly on Twitter, Instagram, I don't know, whatever. Basically, I guess Keke had been throwing like slight shade, I guess, during the week leading up to it.
He said, like whatever.
I don't know. All I know is, according to the internet, Keke had been throwing slight shade, and then somebody tweeted tried to be real shady and tweeted a picture of Kiki and him, and Kiki was like, nah, I never really rock with him like that, whoop-de-woo. And then he got all the way in his feelings and was like, you right, because I curved you. And basically, it was just a body, unnecessary. You know, Kiki got hit with some fire that I don't think was really actually meant for her.
And I ain't like that. Like, I was riding with him last week. Y'all know, I was like, it's so sad, but I ain't like that, though, because I'm like, first of all, you ain't even had that much energy for somebody that really broke you down, bro. First of all. And second, what she responded to, it wasn't really, the girl was just being shady, like, oh, this you? Like, yeah, but that ain't my dude, though. Because we know how the internet roll. If she would have been halfway, a little bit, not answered 100%, they would have been like, oh, they smashed, they was blah. So I'm like, to me, it was more of a dig at the girl, like, mind your business and stay out of my business, than it was that obviously I've seen her. Like, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, bro, you went from 0 to 1,000 with Kiki. But okay, did you do well like that?
Child. It was just a whole mess. Definitely unnecessary on his end. I definitely, another thing though, I do feel like on her end, just like sometimes Kiki do kind of be inserting herself in situations. And I'd be like, but Kiki, this had nothing to do with you, boo-boo. Don't insert yourself in there. Cause I don't know, I felt like August already been like snippety lately at folks. He was snippy with Joe Budden. He just been snapping at every and anybody because literally they've been tagging him, I guess, on all his little, I don't know what he called him, his August warriors, angels. I don't know shit. They've been tagging him and everything, and he just been getting snappy with every and anybody as of late. So, like I say, I just feel like it was just some unnecessary bullets that Kiki took that wasn't really meant for her. So, needless to say, August, you need to chill out. Kiki, we love you, boo-boo. Relax. We got your back. So, the entanglement. Jada and Will, they sat down and at the red table, and basically they laid it out there on the line. First and foremost, I would like to say congratulations to you, Falan DeAnn. Congratulations to me. Congratulations to us here at Pretty Nerdz, because we called it. As far as their whole situation was concerned, we said August was telling the truth. We said that more than likely it was just a situationship, and she thought that she was gonna help him heal. That was her way of helping him heal. Getting the D. But needless to say, what are your reactions to the conversation?
I mean, of course, you have two actors, and Jada being a Virgo, I'm a Virgo. Just putting it out there. Of course, I mean, she knows what she was gonna fucking say, and that's the and I do. I'm not gonna say I appreciate Will for making her say, "Hey, we had a relationship," because I felt like Will was like, "Nah, bitch, if I'm sitting here at this fucking table and we talking about this shit, you gonna say what the fuck it was. You ain't finna leave it out here for people to be speculating what the hell is the entanglement. No, you gonna say what it was." And I know a lot of people was like, "Oh, I can see the hurt on Will's face." Will was not hurt. Will was probably annoyed as fuck. Literally, so we'd have been going out having affairs for I don't know how long. And then you gonna pick this loud ass mouth little boy. And now we gotta sit here at the table talks and talk about it because people saying this on this end and we know that it's not true. He necessarily don't deserve to be dragged. That's the only little thing that I give her slight credit for and I give Will credit for is that they didn't let him get dragged because people was like, it's false and he just saying it and blah, blah, blah. That's the only thing. But I don't know, I still feel like she didn't take accountability that, bro, you literally slept with somebody 20 years younger than you. That was your son's friend that he brought home that you were quote unquote healing. And this is what you did. Yeah. I'm like, and even looking at it, not taking away that, like, I think she's a beautiful woman, But I'm like, we gotta also recognize that I'm like, maybe Alvis wouldn't have been attracted to her if she didn't play that motherly role and knowing that's what he was missing.
Yeah. It definitely, I mean, she definitely still come off as Creep Squad. You know what I'm saying? We gotta if we can put Peter Guns up there, we gotta put it in there with Peter Guns and Richie Dollar. She part of the Creep Squad for sure. But I mean, my takeaway from it, in all honesty, is that Will and Jada just aren't married. I'm sorry. I mean, they may be married on paper, but Will and Jada aren't married. I mean, that was my takeaway. That's what it sounded like to me all the way. Or even though they was like doing, like you said, they're actors, so they play their roles perfectly. You know what I mean? As far as the whole, I had it, we were separated and blah blah. But it just to me like it seems like Will's fear of failure keeps him from divorcing because they just don't seem like, you know what I mean? Like they don't seem like they have a love for each other beyond friendship. At least that's how it comes off. And from every front that they put out together, anytime they talk, even when they're on like trips or whatever, family trips and things like that, they don't seem like they're in love beyond being friends. Like the reason that people have, speculated that he back creeping with his original, his first baby mother is because, his first wife is because he seems to, like when they're all together in like a family setting or whatever, he seems to be more engaged with her than he is with Jada. Like him and Jada just seem like they have a friendship. They don't seem like two people who are in love beyond friendship love. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like you said, they in a way different tax bracket than me and mine. And so however they feel like that's their business. But I'm just saying, like, they don't seem like two people who are in love with each other. They just seem like two people who are friends.
That I agree. I can, like, even the laughs, I'm like, so y'all laughing too much. Like, and not saying like, people don't laugh in times of adversity and stuff, but I'm like, it ain't that funny. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, this ain't it, Chief. Because I couldn't imagine, even if you in that type of relationship or you in an open marriage, that wasn't, from what they said, it's not open. They were just separated. And people are like, well, they were separated, so you do what you want. No. Being separated as a husband and wife, you're still married. So you don't just do what you want to do. Now, being separated as a boyfriend and girlfriend, it's different. You got to come and be like, okay, these are the conditions of our separation. Blah, blah. But when it comes down to husband and wife, you being separated is just that. You just separated. That don't mean somebody else step in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I personally, like I said, I just feel that Jada chose the wrong person. It's like, listen, and I can't knock them for that necessarily, because I'm like, shit, divorces for rich people, they are expensive. And they could be on good terms and be like, okay, I'm willing to get this, you get this, you get this. But when you got to sit down with two different attorneys and y'all got to really look at assets and you got 20 years, y'all to combine shit, it gets expensive. It gets time consuming. It's a lot of effort. And it's like, well, shit, we already been in it this long. Let's just keep going. And these are our rules. Because I'm like, there is no way possible that my husband is going to have a mentee that's going to be traveling across the world with him, and it's a female. Who? Hey, and I ain't seen a girl in a project yet. What are you missing?
Child. Like I said, they definitely different. They have a different type of situation.
Yeah. Like, your mentee shouldn't be in Budapest with you. Like, what you taking her there for?
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's just they every aspect of them, like the way they talk to each other when they sit down and talk, the way they present in front of like cameras, in front of people, just everything. They just give their body language screams, we are just friends. That's what, every time I see them, that's what I get. We're just friends.
She cool with me, nice girl, like Aretha said, nice gowns. Mm-hmm. But that's it. And I don't know. just be honest about it, I guess. Like, be like, I know people like, well, it's not our business. Well, you shouldn't slip around and somebody told your business. So there's that.
Yeah.
Be like, so I want to know now. But I don't know. I guess because it's not my thing. I can't wrap my head around. Be like, because I'll just be like, listen, let's just get the divorce. We can still be friends. We can make this quick and easy as possible, and call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that aside from the financial part of it, I definitely think that Will's fear of failure, because we've seen him mention time and time and time and time again that with his first divorce, like he felt like a failure, like he felt like he threw in the towel to earth, like he failed. I think his fear of failure, in all honesty, is what has kept them going so long. And then I think also Jada's, I don't know if it's fear or just Jada. Go ahead.
I think it's the perfection thing for her. It's like it has to be perfect.
Yeah, because in all honesty, when I like just if you think about it, right? Think about all the red table talks we've heard her talk about, and when she talks about herself and her life and her journey or whatever like that, she comes off to me as a person who never wanted to be married. She doesn't seem like someone who wanted to be married, and she definitely, even if she did want to be married, she wasn't fit to get married when she decided to. You know what I mean? Like she has been, in her words, so broken that I don't think that she was fit to get married to Will when she did. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she was ready. I don't think she had done enough work on herself to get married. But I think maybe she felt, like you said, the need for this perfect family, perfect, picture, that she went ahead and got married, even though maybe she didn't want to, or she knew she wasn't ready for it. And I think that also plays a big part in their dynamic, in their relationship. And so I don't know. It just they're definitely a different type of couple. I'm with you though. I couldn't imagine like sitting in a situation knowing that I ain't in love. Like I would just you know what I mean? That's why I think because when you were talking about separation, I think that's why we have me and you have different, ideals on that, because for me, like if we separated, it's a done deal for me. Ain't no reconciliation. If we got to that point, it's a done deal. Ain't no reconciliation. I don't know what you're doing. At that point, it's just paperwork. So if we separate, you right. You can do whatever you want to do. Because at that point, it's just paperwork for me. And I didn't close the book. Chapter is over. But so that's why I'm just like with those two. Hey, if it works for them, it works for them. That's all I can say. But before we leave this topic, I do want to say, just as a disclaimer to all the keyboard warriors out there who are, going to call us all sheep for talking about Will and Jada and blah, 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 blah. Listen, you're right. Here's your virtual pat on the back right now. You are so much better than us. Here's your cookie. You are a better human being than us because you don't have the ability to multitask or focus on more than one thing at a time. Okay? Yes. You win. We are sheep. Now, please, get the fuck off of everybody's timeline and let us get these jokes off. Okay? Damn.
I get so tired. Y'all need to be worried about blah. No, we worried about what we want to worry about. And right now it's Will and Jada and their marriage. Shit. Shut up. Like that shit just irked me. And like even the dudes just like Will, and I seen like a lot of dudes was like calling Will weak and calling him a shimp and all that. And I'm like, so y'all wanted him to go on TV and bash his wife because she's still his wife and the mother of his children. I'm like, she has never bashed him. So why would he get on there just because they're in a curious situation, an odd situation, why would they get on there and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bash her, I'm gonna make her feel bad, blah blah blah. That's already been done.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to chastise his wife in front of you so you can feel like, oh, he's a strong male. I'm like, that, if anything, that shows his strength. Is like, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead, do this, get it done. It's gonna be 12 minutes. We're gonna keep it short and sweet, and then we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
And we ain't gonna say nothing else. So I'm like, I don't know. I just felt like a certain type of way. I'm like, y'all real life will get on TV and bash y'all the mother. And I'm like, more than that, he has grown children that can read this. So
exactly.
I'm like, y'all are weird. And it was the same ones that was calling him a shit, was the ones like, I ain't worried about nobody else's marriage and blah blah blah. So you happy that you ain't worried about nobody? We ain't either, but we gonna talk about it.
X. Okay, we are going to talk about it because we the fuck want to. Period.
Right. That's like the spirit that people get on social media was like, I don't even do this social media shit. You on Facebook saying you don't do social media shit? Get off my timeline, my news feed with your bullshit.
Thank you, child. If I see another one of them memes where, and that pisses me off too, the child that made Breonna Taylor a fucking meme. But Breonna, like, bruh, y'all don't need to make that girl a meme. People are, we literally live out here going hard for sis, fighting for her. You know what I mean? Like, and y'all just every 2 seconds, but y'all so worried about this, but what about da-da-da-da-da? Hello? We can focus on a gajillion different things at a time, okay? Like, I can walk and chew gum at the same time. So I can fight police brutality. I can drag a racist, homophobe, transphobe, all these different type of folks. And at the same time, go out, work out, walk my dog, work, start a bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can do more than one thing at a time.
Listen, I'm like, y'all being programmed. You are too. I mean,
facts.
I'm like, why?
Oh, that's what be tripping me out. The same motherfuckers talking about we all sheep and program, but you got on social media to tell us that we was all sheep and program. So what did you?
Right. I'm like, with your Jordans on, get out, leave me alone. It's like irks the hell out of me. And I ain't concerned. Well, why are you telling us that you're not concerned? Just don't be concerned. Shit. Leave us normal people alone.
Basically.
And let us talk about rich people business.
And get these jokes off.
That's a boring life. Right.
Oh. Any other hot topics that you have for this week?
I don't think I have anything else. Nope, nothing else on my part.
All right, so then let's go ahead and move on to the relationship portion of the show. Kick us off with the first question.
I'm going to go, it's more of a lifestyle question or random. But I saw this on Wale's Twitter. It's hypothetically, if you woke up tomorrow and they said COVID is gone for good, what would be the first thing you do?
Catch a flight and go to somebody beach ASAP. Plain and simple. That's all I want to do. Catch a flight somewhere exotic and be on the beach, laid out with my drinks. What about yourself?
I can't think. Because that would be my go-to, but I can't go nowhere. So I think I would literally probably go to like a water park, no lie, and just be like, give me one of them little big floats thingies that people just wade in and just go down like a lazy river and just chill.
Facts.
That would just be me. Because I can't go nowhere, so.
All right. What's our second question?
Okay, and my second question is the actual relationship question. What are some things you dislike when first talking to someone new?
Some things that I dislike. I dislike people who are like hyper aggressive, who like, I guess because they feel like maybe I'm looking for an alpha male or whatever like that, so they get like hyper aggressive. You've met those type of dudes who like over who like overdo it. You know what I mean? Like, just be a dude and relax. Just relax. You ain't gotta be like super aggressive or, you know, beat on your chest. I'm a man. Woo. Like, relax. I also don't like people who are homophobic or transphobic, and like I have like a big issue with it. Like I call even like relatives, family members out about it. Like I don't speak like that around me. Like if you want to do it on your own private time, when I can't hear it, don't speak about it around me. Like that's a quick, easy turn off. Like it doesn't. You're not gonna get me to jump on board with you to like bash gay folks or you know bash transgender folks or anything like that. So like I don't like that at all. Those are just like huge turn offs to me. Like people who unnecessarily bash people. Oh, and I hate them dudes who get on the whole like women bashing thing. Like if you out here talking about me, my baby mama, she did it, and she start bashing his baby mama. Nah, I'm good. I'm good on you, sorry. What about yourself?
I mean, the infamous, don't ask me to send you a picture. Just don't. Like, even if it's like, I want to see your face, just don't ask. Like, just don't do it. And I don't like when it's like, I'm like, hey, like those dudes that are, I hate saying this word, too persistent maybe. It's like, hey, I'm busy, I'm gonna call you back. And you like, oh, well, it was 2 hours and you didn't call me back. That means I'm still busy. I'll call you back. Goodbye. Of course, like the normal, like you said, baby mama bashes, homophobic people, men. Trying to think. And I don't like going out, like when you first start talking to somebody and y'all go out and he like rude to like the wait staff.
Oh yeah.
It's like a major, I will never, ever, ever talk to you again. There's no redemption. All the other ones are no redemption unless like the persistent thing, kind of. Or you like, okay, I ain't gonna ask her for no picture no more. Like that part I can be like, you know what, don't ask me, don't do that again. But that, like that wasted, like that burns me. Like, you know what? Let's go ahead and end this right here. I actually pay for my own meal because I'm sorry to this person that they even had to serve you. So that's like, I hate people like that are even people that are rude to people that I guess they feel like have minimum wage jobs or something like that. I don't like it at all.
Oh, I'm with you. Like it just, to me, it just goes to show the character of the person. People who are rude to wait staff. I even like, even when some like if the waiter is not that great, like you just be like I'm still not gonna be rude to them. I mean, I may not, you know what I'm saying? I may not like. We might have our own little side conversation. Like, damn, they could really be doing a better job, but I'm still not gonna be rude to them, and I'm not gonna be one of those people who don't leave a tip. Just because I know that the majority of people who are waiters and waitresses, they literally work off of tips, and the majority of them not only do they work off tips, but a lot of them have to do that. What is that little shared tip thing where all of the tips go together, and then they have to like divvy it up amongst them. Like, oh my gosh, I could not.
Yep, they pay out or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
But that's mine.
All right. So my relationship question this week is, has fear ever made you stay in a relationship longer than you should have? And it could be fear of anything.
I would say yeah. Had one ex, when I say first, we were like, he was abusive, and anytime I tried to leave, it was like something. Like my car window got busted. Woke up one morning, four of my tires were flat. So I was just like, I'm just not even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna stay. You know, I continue to talk to him if he calls or if you want to come by. And then, yeah, just one day I was like, you know what? fuck it, the car has insurance, whatever. I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have, and it was miserable. So.
Girl, for me, I will say yes to that as well. But for completely different reason. Mine was out of the fear of just being lonely. You know what I mean? Like, I think that there was a period in time, like in college, where I was like, I don't know if everybody goes through this, but I know I definitely did. Like in college, where it's like that in between period where it's just like you going like 100 miles per hour, like school, work, party, 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 and then like, you know, everybody's in relationships, and then you get in this sort of relationship, and then it's like, damn, I'm feel like, you know what I mean? Even though like you could be in a crowd of people and around a bunch of people, but you just feel like genuinely lonely. So I think that definitely, like, you know, even though I knew that that dude was not it for me, I didn't want to be with him, but just because I felt at the time, I felt like alone, I was like, I'm gonna just stay, fuck it, even though this dude irritates. And those type of relationships are the worst, because I even remember thinking to myself, like laying in bed with him, like, God, I wish he would quit breathing this way.
Like, bro, he's still alive, Jesus.
Stop breathing in my direction. Shit. Oh, that's when you know it's over, because you just be like,
everything he do agitate the fuck. You just be like, you know what? I don't even like the way you brushing your teeth right now. Just ugh.
You just irritate my spirit. Girl, listen, I'm telling you, those relationships be the absolute worst. But aside from that, I don't think that I have anything else for relationships. You have anything else?
Nothing else for me.
All right. So, any like new books, music, TV, anything else that you just want to share, get off your chest?
Nothing on my end. I did order a book, so pray that I actually read it. And what I have did, because I kept trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna read this ebook. I'm gonna read this ebook. I really just got it. Like, I've noticed, like me, I don't do well with ebooks. Like, I want to touch the book, feel it, look, you know, it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm like, yeah, I don't think ebooks are for me anymore. So I keep my subscription with Audible for my nephew. But I can't read it. So I like back now, just like, you know what, I'm gonna order a book. So I ordered The Spirit of Intimacy from off Amazon. And it's like supposed to be ancient African teachings in the way of relationships. So somebody sent it to me, so I said I'll pick it up and read it.
Check it out. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. It's definitely interesting. And I actually have to agree with you. I actually find that I read more when I have the physical book as opposed to just like e-reading. Because I'm with you. Like, if I'm e-reading, I'm more liable to like fall asleep or start watching TV or something else.
Yeah. So like when I had an actual book, I'm like, oh, I gotta keep going, see what's gonna happen, blah blah blah. And like ebook, I'm like, I'll just come back to it. Or if you get a text message that comes through, like, let me go ahead and look at it, and then now I'm on Instagram.
Yep.
So I know me. I know I have the attention span of a 6-year-old. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back to reading paper books.
Yeah. Facts. Anything else?
Nope, that's all.
All right, so for me, I'm just going to go ahead and jump into my favorite part of the show, the nerd moment of the week. First, I'm going to kick it off with the trailer for Lucifer. It premiered on Netflix this week. The actual season 5 will kick off August 21st. I'm a little behind, so I didn't actually I watched the trailer, but I didn't I was mad at myself because I don't want any spoilers because I'm still catching up to season 5, so I haven't quite got there yet. But hopefully before the new season premieres in August, I will have got all the way caught up on Lucifer. Also, speaking of Netflix, I know last week I said that I was going to watch Warrior Nun and give you guys a review. My review is I fell asleep on the first show. Like, I didn't. That's why. Listen, if y'all want me to continue on and watch through that show, I will do it for you. But listen, I fell asleep. From the reviews that I have read online, people said that it picks up and, you know, it starts to make sense by episode 6. But I'm just like, I don't even think there's like, I think there's only like 10 episodes in there. So, like, I got to wait 6 episodes? I don't think I'm going to do that. So, I mean, but if y'all want me to, I will completely try to make it through Warrior Nun. But I ain't going to promise you because more than likely I'll fall asleep again. But there is a really, really, really good movie that premiered on Netflix this week. It's called The Old Guard. Absolutely enjoyed it. Such a good movie. It's based on a comic by the same name. Basically, it's like these mercenaries, who basically can't die, and but you actually get to see like them die, but they don't. Like, shit's cool. It's like they're like basically a bunch of Wolverines, or like if you saw a Wolverine get shot in the head and like actually see his head come back together and shit. It's real dope and interesting. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I will say something else that I really, really enjoyed in that is that the couple in the movie, there's a scene in the movie, and I don't want to give too much away, I don't want to spoil too much. There's a scene in the movie when the couple, like when they're kidnapped and they're inside the little van or whatever with their kidnappers, and the kidnappers, he's like checking on his boyfriend or whatever, and he's trying to make sure he's okay, and the kidnapper is trying to be funny or be snappy, like, oh, what is he, ha ha ha, is he your boyfriend or something? And he goes into this like passionate rant about, I have loved him since before you were even a thought, and blah 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 blah. And like you know, his kiss even after an eternity or a couple of millenniums still, you know, blah, blah, makes me feel, and all that stuff like that. I'm like, God, I wish somebody would talk about me like that. Yeah, but nonetheless, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Again, you guys know how I am. They had a Black woman who she starred opposite of Charlize Theron. I think that's how you say her last name. It was a good cast, diverse. I enjoyed it. So if you guys want to check it out, it's called The Old Guard on Netflix. I believe it's like the #1 show right now or whatever. So check it out. I recommend it. Super good. And that is all I have for the Nerd Moment of the Week. Anything else, Ryan?
Nothing else for me.
All right. So per usual, we want to thank you guys so much for listening and, you know, sticking with us through 76 shows, I think. We're at 76. Slowly but surely getting towards 100 shows. Thank you guys. Like I said, just thank you guys so much for being loyal listeners, and we appreciate you, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Good night, guys.
Good night.